Hi, today on this video I'd like to discuss what is the function of guilt. I've been working in a hospice for the past 3 years, and one aspect of hospice service is the bereavement meeting. Now, what is the bereavement meeting? It's a meeting in which all individuals who are participating, they're there because recently they have experienced the loss of someone that they care very much. Now, in these meetings, a recurrent theme is guilt. And usually people use guilt and regret interchangeably, but actually they mean different things. One can think of regret as things that we are sorry for that we didn't do. For example, a son might feel sorry for the fact that he didn't say, "I love you" to his mother as much as he should. A husband might feel regret because he didn't bring enough flowers to his wife, who has crossed to the other side. So these are feelings of regret. Now, guilt, on the other hand, it's for things that we actually did that were negative in nature. They were hurtful. Now, there are many reasons people feel regret and guilt, and some of them are truly justified. At times, we lose our mind and we do awful things to other individuals. But with hospice, there are a lot of people who feel guilt because they always tell themselves that they should have done this and they should have done that. If I had brought my mother to the hospital, maybe she wouldn't be dead right now. Or maybe if we had chose that treatment, he or she wouldn't be dead right now. Now, those feelings of guilt is very normal and expected. And reason being, it's because when we truly love someone, there is never a limit to that love. And because there is no limit to that love, we always think that we could always have done something better than we did, which is normal to feel this way. Because even if we had done all the things that we thought we should have done, we will still find something else to say, "I could have done that better." And that is the result of us loving someone so much that there is no cap, there is no limit to that kind of love. But I'm not dealing here so much with that kind of guilt. The guilt that I want to describe and I want to talk about is the negative things that we have done towards other people. So what is the function of guilt? Why do we experience this emotion? And most importantly, what to do with it once we feel it? Some people, they feel guilt and they do terrible things about the emotions they're experiencing, but they're not working on the cause of their guilt. On a crude example, let's say I knock a glass full of milk from the table. And now I look at the mess and I feel guilty about it. Now, usually when people feel guilty about things, they either blame others for their own mistake, or they feel so bad that they want to numb the emotion, and then they get into all sorts of addiction. They start drinking because they want to forget how awful they feel about what they did. And to some examples, they get to an extreme emotion of guilt that they ended up killing themselves. Now, all these different coping mechanisms, it's not actually solving the problem. What will solve the problem, it's I making the effort to go on the floor, clean the milk, and clean up the entire mess. Pick up the glass and actually put back on the table. That's how I fix the problem. Not blaming on others, not getting into an addiction or committing suicide to numb what am I experiencing. So the secret here, when we are experiencing guilt, is to understand that this emotion serves us to help us not to make the same mistake again. That is the function of guilt. Let me repeat that. It serves to remind us not to make the mistake again, because now we know how awful it feels to do something like that. So whenever we are experiencing this emotion, we should do our best to repair the cause of the guilt, which is what we have done. But then you might say, well, what we have done is in the past. There's nothing that we can do to go back in the past and fix what we have done. Well, that is true. But we can definitely change our present so we have a different future. In other words, we can make amends to the individuals that we have harmed. And the amend that we make must be equal to the negative that we have done towards them. It should be compatible. Let me give another crude example. If I steal $1,000 from someone, and here I'm trying to make amends and I just give them $100 back, obviously the amend is not equal to the damage I have caused. It must be proportional to the damage I have caused. My positive action should be proportional to the negative action that I have done. But others might argue, the individual I have harmed is no longer near me. That person could traveled, or they are on another side of the planet, or they're even dead. How can I repair that? Well, this is where the Spiritist philosophy becomes very handy to explain to us that the good that you do to anyone, it actually benefits you. When you're helping others, your positive action is actually erasing your own negative actions from the past. This is why in the Spiritist philosophy, Allan Kardec, its founder, said that without charity, there is no salvation. In other words, without positive action, there is no way we can bring harmony into our lives. So your future is in your hands. I want to thank all the viewers. Please keep subscribing to my channel. Share this video because the world definitely needs a positive, optimistic information. I wish you a great week. And please write down your comments. I'd love to hear from you.